Hi everybody, it's Karen from Redbird Quilt Co. here today to show you a little bit about how I stitched the curved cross-hatching on the chevrons with a twist quilt that was prepared for the Moda Bake Shop. This is just a sample of what we're going to be stitching. I apologize for the lighting on that, but this is what roughly what the finished product looks like. This one is a little more narrow, but what we did in a separate video was we marked the curved crosshatches on the fabric, and now we're going to use the same template, the QP curve template from the Quilted Pineapple, and stitch along the marked line. I've installed all the standard free motion quilting objects on my area here. I have some Machinger's gloves on, I have a Supreme slider, and I purchased what's called a ruler foot for the Janome Horizon, and it also fits several other Janomes, and I've heard of people adapting it to the Bernina. I've installed the ruler foot. It rides right alongside the edge of the acrylic template, the QP curve template. I'm going to not worry about my threads and clipping my threads because I'm going to start out here where in the seam allowance where I'll be trimming anyway in order to apply my border. So what I'm going to do is align my needle right on the blue mark that I made in the separate video. And I'm going to make sure that my ruler is aligned with the correct curve, a 1/4 inch away from the blue line. So I'm going to start with my needle in the down position, and I've found that working with the template to my left actually works best for me. I don't know if it'll work best for everyone, but it certainly does work better for me. Maybe it's just a strength factor, I don't know. If you can stitch through the whole line without stopping, it's probably better from a consistency standpoint, but you may not be able to do that. When I got toward my points that the ruler foot did give me a little bit of a pushback because it's very dense with seam allowance underneath there. So I made it all the way into the corner, and now I want to travel down the seam allowance of the point to get to my next blue line that I've already marked. Those quilters that are experienced with these rulers don't need to put these marks on their quilts. It's just because I'm very new at it is why I went ahead and marked mine. So again, I'm using the ruler foot and I'm riding right along the edge of the Janome ruler foot along the acrylic ruler. I'm not too worried about being exactly on the blue mark. This quilt is not for show. It's just kind of my first attempt at using acrylic rulers. I want to show you just something really quick that I did. I put this double-sided tape on the bottom of the acrylic ruler to help with it not sliding. It was sliding on me when I did the feather starburst, again probably because of my inexperience, but that did help a little bit with the sliding. So excuse me while I line the ruler up. I've already traveled out here in my seam allowance, and then I'll just take my time. Again, I'm putting pressure against the acrylic ruler with the Janome ruler foot, and that's basically what you do. You just stitch along the whole, every blue mark that you have. I did all of my blue marks going one direction, and then once you do that, you can travel and pick up the blue marks going the other direction. I hope to share a little bit more information about this in a blog post, but this is basically the process that I followed. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave them for me on the video or on my blog. And I'd love to have you follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Redbird Quilt Co. Thanks for stopping by today.